In 1960, our state developed a visionary plan for the future of higher education known as the Master Plan. However, much has changed in California during the ensuing decades, from population growth to increased diversity, a change in leading industries and their need for talent, as well as in the field of education itself. There have been legislative reviews of the Master Plan at various points over the past 57 years. Major reviews occurred in the early 1970s, the late 1980s, and early 2000s, and the most recent review by a legislative committee was conducted in 2010, coinciding with the 50th anniversary of the Master Plan. My goal for this select committee is to hold hearings throughout the state to conduct a thorough legislative review to ensure that California has a master plan for today and for the future, and to again promise California students an accessible, affordable, high-quality public higher education. The Select Committee is the first step in a multi-year endeavor that could last up to 6 to 8 years or longer. I'm coming in with an open mind and do not have any preconceived notions or solutions, and I encourage my colleagues to do the same. I view the first 2 years of the Select Committee as being the information gathering phase, where we hear from stakeholders and we collect feedback. The Select Committee plans to hold 5 hearings during this legislative session, the first and last hearing in Sacramento, as well as hearings throughout the state, including in the Bay Area, Southern California, and the Central Valley. The following 4 hearings will be issue-focused and examine subjects surrounding workforce needs, students, faculty and staff, and cost and funding, including financial aid. After the conclusion of the hearings, the Select Committee will issue a report, likely at the end of next year, summarizing the hearings as well as recommending the next steps, such as what issues need to be focused on in more depth. The agenda for today's hearing is that the Legislative Analyst's Office will provide an overview of higher education in California, setting the stage for the remainder of the hearing. We will hear from the leaders of the 3 public higher education segments, as well as the president of the Association of Independent California Colleges and Universities, which are the private nonprofit institutions in California. Since this is the first hearing of the Select Committee, I envision this hearing being a high-level discussion on the state's needs for higher education, and not necessarily a discussion in the weeds around specific issues or solutions. In upcoming issue-specific hearings, we will dive deeper into specific issues.